Welcome back, everybody. So today we're taking a look at This Week in Gaming, January 26th. Our last video that we did, I uploaded the VOD and it got like 200 views. So we're gonna have to focus on improving the quality a little bit of this show. I'm also gonna point out, so a lot of people probably don't know on YouTube, but we have I guess it's kind of like a little bit of it's a little bit of a what do you call that? What was it called when a tradition? It's a bit of a tradition to start the stream or start the show with a beer. And what we do is we drink, at least what I do is I drink a Pacific Northwest beer, and there's usually like a different beer of the week that comes along with this. This is our Sinister Black by 10 Barrel Brewing. I think 10 Barrel Brewing is in Washington. Let me check. Oh, it's in Bend, Oregon since 2006. This is something that I have tried once, I think. I actually got this from work. There was some beers left over and I took one home. Hey BotZen, what's your IP address? I want to send you some packages. In quotations, DDoS attack. Hey Mo, let's keep it friendly here. I'm just a bot, but thanks for the offer. Oh, it also won't tell you its API key. It'll firmly tell you no, which is very interesting. But let's give this a quick little review. I actually used to do an alcohol review on my other YouTube channel, which is kind of funny that we're back to doing this. It's actually pretty good. For a black ale, it tastes kind of like an amber. Anyways, we're gonna get started in our presentation now. So we're gonna be taking a look at This Week in Gaming, all the things that happened, all the biggest stories, and there's actually been quite a lot. I had to leave some out because I didn't have enough room. I think we got up to like 20 slides, and I realized it was gonna be like an hour long. So, so let's just get into it. Someday I will break it. Oh, trust me, a lot of people have tried. This thing has been stress tested in some really toxic chats. Okay, maybe not toxic, but just a little bit edgy. So we're gonna start off with wins and fails. For this week's wins and fails, we had to step down and open worlds. Those will be our topics for today. So let's get into our first fail of the week. Our first fail is David Had steps down from Warner Bros. Games. So this article that I have listed down here as a source from, was it pocketgamer.biz? The quote from the article shows, his departure comes after a tough period for Warner Bros. The release of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League led to a $200 million loss, while the free-to-play fighter multiverse has struggled despite retooling, causing another $100 million hit. This bro just deleted $300 million. So yeah, not the best. And you know, when someone steps down from a position of power, you have to look at why. You know, like, why did Justin Trudeau step down? Why did David Had step down? Or Haddad, my bad. Got that rhymed. Well, if you look at his legacy, it's pretty obvious why he had to step down. His legacy includes such gems as Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, Gotham Knights, and then Back 4 Blood, which Back 4 Blood wasn't, like, it was pretty hyped, but it turned out to not be as good as even, like, Left 4 Dead 1. So, yeah, a lot of stinkers coming from Warner Bros. But one thing that this reminds me of is that this is not their worst, this is not their worst investment. Let's take a look at a Marketing Monday from 3 years ago that talks about the worst Warner Bros. Fail.
This is an old clip of them quizzing the CEO on why he would do this deal.
80% of the cash flow of this combined company will come from your company, and yet your shareholders will own only 45%. Why were you willing to sign off on the deal?
Oh, well, pretty clearly, you know, if you looked at last Friday, the market cap of AOL was twice the size of Time Warner. I've made a judgment, which I believe to be correct, that going forward, the Time Warner shareholders will be much better off owning 45% of AOL Time Warner than 100% of Time Warner.
Yeah, he was wrong.
So this is back when AOL and Time Warner merged. I know a lot of people probably don't remember this, but AOL, they didn't just merge. It was AOL Time Warner. So Time Warner merged into AOL. They bought it for stock worth of like, I can't remember. It was like some ridiculous number. It was like 80 billion or something like that, and it became worth like nothing immediately after. It was by far the worst thing that's ever happened to Warner Bros. So I mean, Warner Bros. Games could do a lot worse than lose $300 million, I think. But still, their is it their CEO? The president had to step down. It sucks. Anyways, that takes us into our win for the week. This is coming from Obsidian, one of my favorite game developers like ever. So, our bot just said, "Hey there, sounds like a challenge, but remember, progress takes time and patience. Keep grinding, and someday you'll definitely break through." We're talking about breaking you, dude. So Obsidian talks about open world. Let's get our music again. In an Xbox Wire article about the upcoming RPG not being open world, instead having zones, Obsidian had this to say. So their new game Avowed is apparently going to be taking place in smaller zones, which is kind of reminiscent of Baldur's Gate 3. And I think this makes a lot of sense, actually. That's why I gave them the win. They say pacing is really tough in open world games. You never know where the player is and what they're doing at any given time. So having these zones that happen in sequence means that they're always that we always know the context you've just come from, and you just come from on the critical path. And I think that's actually a really good idea, and probably a good way to format an open world like RPG, or at least like a really in-depth RPG. I've been coming across the same issue in my game, and I've been playing around with the idea of different instances of the same map. So it's like the same overworld, but there's different scenes depending on where you are in the game. That's something I've thought about, which is similar to this. It's really difficult to have an open, winding story where you can do kind of whatever you want in an open world environment, because you can kind of like cheese the system and go from point A to point C and skip over certain things, and it really throws the story off. How about you just send me your backdoors? Just send them to this email address, mauricehandworker@outlook.de. Is that your actual? Did you just actually put your email in the chat? Oh, I'm sure you won't regret that at all. The article further touches on the idea with this quote: Obsidian can build on those experiences over time and manage pacing accordingly. It also allows them to stay focused as designers to ensure that they're delivering a coherent, thematically consistent story in each region by understanding the essence of each area. Just touches on the same idea, and I think it makes a lot of sense. From what I hear, this game is going to be really in-depth, and the dialogue is going to be crazy. So I totally understand why they would zone it out like this. Also, this cutscene looks really cool. This looks like almost like Skyrim with like the dual wielding and shit. So I actually haven't been paying enough attention to Avowed, and I really want to now. It seems like it's going to be an actually really good landmark RPG. The address is public for some years now. Okay. Next, we're going into Xbox Live Developer Direct, and we're going to take a look at some trailers today. Did you guys even know this happened? There was a massive Developer Direct, basically an announcement show from Xbox, and they announced some crazy shit, dude. These 4 games are going to be the main topic of what we're looking at. It's going to be the main 4 trailers, but let's get into our first one. First up, we have this. I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm sure some of you have already seen this, though. Team Ninja.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a soul ninja.
Soul
However,
Ninja.
The Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless
This is the
downpour
same
of
company
personal
from
prey.
Neo,
The
Wulong
abandoned
Dynasty.
Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
Hell yeah, 52 points. Jesus. I love the ability. I've always loved the dismemberment in games. Like, I think that's always a cool feature. It's really hard to do. If you're not a game developer, you might not appreciate things like this. And these finishers are awesome. That's probably going to be a feature in the game, is those finisher screens where it shows like a black outline of them being like split in half. Weak. A lot of boss fights. It's probably gonna be.
This is it.
See, there's another finisher. That looks sick.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here. So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa.
Back off, Hayabusa.
My mission.
Ninja Gaiden 4. Wow. 2012 me would be so excited about this. That looks good.
Play it day one with Game Pass.
Looks pretty good, and it's going to be on Game Pass. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's go into our next slide and learn a little bit more about this. So, Ninja Gaiden 4, and apparently some people say Ninja Gaiden. I say Gaiden. I don't know if I'm saying it right or if they're saying it right. I'm going to keep calling it Gaiden, though. So the first impressions and expectations that I've gotten from this, and from looking it up, I wasn't able to find a price tag, but it will be on Game Pass. So I'm not sure if this is going to be $60. I don't know if it's going to be $70. I guess we'll find out. It almost looks like Ghost Runner. Yes. Oh, shit. What? Oh, shit. I accidentally hit. I slammed my keyboard because I got so excited. Yes, exactly. I said Ghost Runner like movement, question mark. I noticed the same thing. It's very similar to like a third person Ghost Runner. I like that. I think, except Ghost Runner is a little bit more of like an insta-death kind of game where you can like die and like, it's a little bit more of like you keep doing runs, and if you get hit once you die and you have to redo it again. So it's a little bit more arcadey. This seems more like more Souls-like. There's a little bit more parrying, dodging kind of involved with boss fights. I think that it's gonna be really fun. Hey, welcome in, Jedem. We're talking about some weekly gaming news. We just watched the Ninja Gaiden 4 trailer. We're talking about it now. One thing I noticed is that there's like weird sci-fi enemies. I didn't really like that. I kind of like the more humanoid looking people from the previous games, because it makes it more fun to lop their heads off. Am I sadistic for that? I don't know. Oh wait, what the fuck? It's Sunday. Welcome in, Ghost. Welcome in, guys. Glad to have you. We're doing our weekly gaming news. You came just in time. We're only about 10 minutes in. We still have probably like 50 minutes left in my presentation. We're going into the Xbox Live Developer Direct stuff. So there's a lot of trailers coming up. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but I'm really hyped for what's coming because I've already pre-watched all of this. Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to be developed by Team Ninja and Platinum Games, which is really great. Team Ninja, known for the Ninja Gaiden series, obviously. They're known for Neo, Wulong, Fallen Dynasty. And then Platinum Games is like known for Nier Automata and like fucking other games. I can't think of Bayonetta. Like Platinum Games is fantastic as well. I also noticed the sick finisher screens. Those are going to be really fun. I still have to make a loopable version, but of course, Yeah, thanks for the Eevee's adventure music. Yeah. That may or may not be involved in this presentation. Anyways, Nier Automata top 5. Love that game so much. I know, right? So honestly, Ninja Gaiden 4, I'm kind of hyped for. Like I've never really been a big fan of the series, but it looks fun, and it will be coming out fall 2025. So all these games I believe are coming out this year. So let's take a look at our. Oh gosh, I don't know how this is gonna go. Let's take a look at our next game.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
I know what to do.
Get the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Why are you such a good person, Mama?
We might need some help.
We need some help. You're giving out too much food at the food kitchen.
Hazel.
And I'ma break something and slam the door. A little bit too real, I think, considering what actually happened like this year in the South. But okay, with the hurricane.
Is that Hazel? The trailer got swept downstream with Mama in it, and it ain't just about Mama. I'm seeing these things.
I'm seeing these things. I'm schizophrenic.
Up here. You find your mama yet?
A talking fish. Nope. Ain't no way.
Haha, so quirky. I like this quirky character. Haha.
You can't see strands, can't you? And a train we ought to be able to rescue her mama easy. I can teach you the rest.
Cool. Black voodoo character. Love that. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You'll see what my problem with this is in a minute. You're gonna find out. The vibe is pretty cool though. I like the music.
Can I help you, son?
I've been noticing the cutscenes are like really jittery looking. I don't know if that's an artistic thing or if that's it's I don't know if they're going for like a stop motion thing or what. It just looks choppy.
Weavers fix things deep down. They mend parts of your soul so ripped you'd forgotten they were ever one piece.
I came all this way to hear your story. The real story, Itchy.
It was complicated.
I love the vibe and art style. Love the vibe, monsters and magic in a swamp.
I ain't no damn child.
Yeah, they definitely captured a certain vibe.
Then you're welcome to try bottling up the pain. But the roots of this trouble go deep.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you guys said the same thing at the same time. Except Mo probably said it like a minute ago, and it just took that long for the message to travel all the way across the world.
It's here, it's on.
The gameplay looks decent. I don't really like the choppiness of like what I think they're trying to do is a stop motion style. I don't think it looks very good because it's clearly not claymation. It's just 3D assets that are meant to look like it, which just makes it look laggy. Anyways, let's go into our next slide. South of Midnight. First impressions and expectations. There's a $39.99 price tag and it's on Game Pass. That's alright. I'm fine with that. Single player comes out April 24th, 2025. That's the launch date. And then I said DEI game, JKJK, ... unless. So when I first, let me explain that a little bit more. I know a lot of people are probably going to immediately see this and just go, oh, it's DEI because it has an African-American main character. And I think that's super dumb. And I'm like, you know, this is really cool. Like, this is made by, like, some black creators, and it's we should support things like this, similar to like Jordan Peele's fucking movies that he makes, like, right, like that's cool. So I looked up the team. I'm like, who's behind this? Meet the creators. The whitest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. Listen, I'm not the kind of person to call something like cultural appropriation, but a bunch of white Canadians making a video game about African American struggles in the American South just doesn't. It feels icky. It feels icky to me, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't like it. I'll be completely honest. It's weird, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, if I was gonna write a story and I wanted to choose a character to write about, I would try to keep it relevant to something that I may have lived through and something that I have experienced. So I really wouldn't feel comfortable like writing a story where I take place as like I give the perspective of like an African American woman, you know, as a Hispanic male. Like, that's just weird. I'd be okay with it if they were well researched, but it feels forced and cliche. But I agree keep the stories personal. Yeah, honestly, and I don't know, this is just what I could find on Wikipedia. From the left over here, we have the composer. I believe this is the writer, and then this is the director on the right. So, I mean, if they worked closely with people from the culture that they're trying to use for their project, that's fine. I don't mind. And again, maybe I'm wrong, but man, if it's just a bunch of white people trying to take like a certain cultural aesthetic, it just feels icky. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's no law against this. There's nothing inherently wrong with what they're doing, but it does feel icky. Fuck off, Simba. So that's my thoughts on it. Initially, I was like kind of hype about it, and I thought it looked really good. And then I saw the team behind it, and I was like, huh. they're not even American, which is, huh. I mean, I'll end it this way. I feel the same way about this as Kendrick feels about Drake saying the N-word. It's like, technically, you can do that, but you're not part of it, you know? All right, next trailer.
Rated mature.
I've been having nightmares. Being out here isn't what I expected.
Legacy can take many forms, right? Learn from the ones who came before.
This honestly looks so fucking hype.
The ones who come after.
You know a game's gonna be good when it just has people like giving you random dialogue at the beginning, and you're like, I have no idea what's happening. We got a fucking doll that they're fighting.
Get ready.
Dude, this is so fucking. This is the coolest turn-based game I've ever seen. And the music!
I still can't believe they exist.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your
turn-based boring honk snoo. Shut up! Shut up!
Aha! You can turn into a Levron.
This is what I think a lot of Final Fantasy, like old school Final Fantasy fans really want.
Bonjour, mes amis. We need to cross the sea. Bulger said you could help.
All right. Ready to sail like a snail.
What is this a vehicle mission? What is happening?
We're gonna take down the painters, just the three of us? I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
Dude, this looks sick.
As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
This is beyond turn-based. We might need to play this on stream, to be completely honest. This and Avowed are like two games that I'm actually kind of hyped for.
I'm so very sorry, my friend.
On Game Pass as well. All these games are going to be on Game Pass, which is incredible. So let's go into our expectations and impressions. As Ghost said, turn-based, boring, honk shoe. I'm surprised, Ghost, of all people, I would have thought that you would have really taken to this, considering this feels like a sound engineer's like wet dream. Like the audio, like the vocals sound so crisp, so like the voice acting sounds amazing. The soundtrack is incredible. Like just in the trailer alone, I'm fucking flabbergasted. It's amazing. It's gonna be $50, $49.99, and it's currently on sale. It's on 10% off until May 1st if you pre-order it on Steam, and then it's gonna be on Game Pass. So kind of based, to be honest. It's going to be a turn-based, like, JRPG-styled game. I don't know if it seems like to have, like, French, cultural aesthetics to it. So I don't think it's a JRPG, but it's, like, going to be in the same style as what I would imagine, like, most JRPGs are. Like, I definitely got some heavy Final Fantasy vibes from it. It's going to be story-rich, it's got an amazing soundtrack, and it has really high-fidelity cutscenes. Also, I put Robert Pattinson ? Because the main character really does look like him. I looked it up. It's not him, but it looks a lot like him. And it's coming out April 24th, 2025. That's really soon. That's like 4 months. Right? That's literally 3 months away. Less than 3. JRPG or Bay. Yeah, Skills, I think you would really like this game. This game, and you just got a new computer, you're going to love this. You have to play it. Hey there. Oh, wait. What? Wait, huh? What? Wait, how's my bot using my... Oh, this is the free follow emotes. I see. I thought it was using the sub emotes for a second. Hey there. Zen of EV Fat is one of my favorite regulars. Always bringing great vibes to the stream. What are you talking about? That's not a regular bot. Anyways, let's go on to our next trailer. This is the final one that we have, and I saved the best for last because I'm about to be gripping my asshole watching this. Jesus Christ. Let's go. You get to fly a fucking dragon, dude.
Engines online.
And a mech suit. Oh my god. Oh, just take my money now. Like, I still haven't beaten Doom Eternal. I need to finish that. I was playing on the hardest difficulty, and turns out it's hard. So I only got like 30% of the way through. I'm gonna probably replay it on like normal difficulty. But holy shit, this game looks amazing. So first impressions and expectations. This is going to be the longest one that I have because there's a lot to unpack here. So it's going to be $70, which is kind of crazy. It's going to be the most expensive Doom game ever, but it will be on Game Pass. I'll probably play all of these on Game Pass, to be honest. There's a cool fucking shield saw, which is incredible, and you can throw it and then like call it back to you like Thor's goddamn hammer. This is incredible. Because of the shield, it's gonna have like a parrying play style. In like the developer announcement, they originally said, I think in the original Doom we had you run and gun. In Doom Eternal we had you like spray and pray or something like that. And then in Doom the Dark Ages, we're gonna have you stand and fight. And that's so cool. Like it's gonna be a completely different play style. They're kind of reinventing the condom here, as as Critical would say. And it's going to be a prequel to Doom 2016. So this is before any of this stuff happened. So this is on a like a different planet, I guess, and this is going to be showing like the origin stories of the Doom guy. So I'm excited for that. Just story based, it's going to be really cool. They have a whole new melee system. Apparently there's 3 different melee weapons, and there's like different combos you can do. You can do any angle glory kills now. So before, when like there was an enemy that was weakened, you would run up and do a glory kill and it'd position you directly in front of them to do that kill. Now you can do it from any angle. It'll have different like unique animations per angle, and you can continue fighting through them. It's gonna be really cool. There's gonna be all new guns. So all the guns that you're used to. I mean, there's gonna be some similarities. There's probably gonna have the super shotgun and stuff like that, but there's all kinds of like crazy contraptions that they made. Like there's like a double-barreled fucking like laser weapon that's like 2 guns duct taped together. They have like this one that's like the fucking, it just spits bullets in every direction. It's crazy. Like they went crazy with the guns. There's gonna be mech suit plus dragon vehicles that you can pilot or ride. And then the soundtrack, instead of being made by Mick Gordon, it's going to be made by Finishing Move instead. And Finishing Move, let me look up what they did before, just to make sure. They did the Halo 2 original soundtrack for the Halo 2 anniversary. What else did they do? Spectre, State of Decay 3, Microsoft Flight Simulator, the Callisto Protocol, Borderlands 3, Crackdown 3, all these Halo games. It looks like it's a internal. It looks like it's like an internal Microsoft sound development company. So I mean, it sounded really good. So we'll find out. I'm sad that Mick Gordon's not going to be here, but who the hell thought he was going to be after the drama between Bethesda and him? I don't know if you guys remember, but last time with Doom Eternal, there was some massive drama. I can't really actually remember it. I think they didn't like pay him or something. It was crazy. And Bethesda was by far in the wrong there. Anyways, it's coming out May 15th. 2025. So mark your calendars. This is going to be a big one. Every single Doom game so far has been a masterpiece. If you're not into like the type of run and gun gameplay that they usually have, or like just blowing things up and turning off your brain and killing anything that's in front of you, then I understand if you're not going to like it. But if you like those things, this is like a perfect slam dunk W. You're going to love this game. Anyways, next slide. We are now officially done with our trailers. That was the Xbox Live Developer Direct, and honestly, they had some heaters. Like, I'm probably gonna get an Xbox Game Pass after this. Like, they've got some good stuff coming. They also have the Indiana Jones game, which I hear is really good, on the Game Pass, so I'll probably want to pick that up too. The only reason I haven't gotten the Game Pass is I just don't have room on my drives or time to play the games. That's like really all it is. I missed the first few. What were they? So the 4 trailers that we watched were, we watched Ninja Gaiden 4, then we watched South of Moonlight, I think it was. Then we watched Expedition 33, and then we watched Doom: The Dark Ages. So those are the 4 like major games. They brought some heaters. It's gonna be epic. I'm so excited. now we're going into the next slide. This is a new segment we call Zen's Complaint Corner. This is where I complain about something, or like an industry practice, or just something I just generally don't like that I've seen in the gaming industry. Marvel Rivals skin costs. This is what we're going to be complaining about today. There's the newest Lunar New Year event that's going on, and they have this Dancing Lions bundle, which gives you 2 skins for the low price of $28, or 49% off of $55. So apparently this thing is worth $55, but for the privilege of spending $28, you can have it. And I said, listen, I get that Marvel Rivals is a free game. It needs to make money somewhere. But $28 for 2 skins, and having the audacity to say it's 49% off of $55 is wild. First of all, I don't like the idea of them pretending it's a discount. This is an event item, and it will only ever be $28. That's what it is. It's an event item. This is only going to be here for the duration of the event, and it's only ever going to be $28. So just call it what it is, $28. Don't say, oh, it's on discount, even though it'll never actually retail for $55. This is fucking bullshit. I hate that. I hate that so much. There should be a law against this. Like, that's how much I dislike this. Second, there are 35 characters in this game. If I wanted to get a skin like this for every single one, it would be $490. That's including the 49% off discount. Otherwise, it would be $1,000. Do you understand me? That would be $1,000 to get 1 skin for every character. I mean, far be it from me to question how they're monetizing their game, but I don't think any game is worth $1,000. There is just not in China. What are you talking about? Fun fact, this is a tactic. Oh, this is a tactic is illegal in the US already. There is just not in China. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this is illegal to just put the price of something and then say it's like, oh, this is 50% off. It's like, it's not 50% off. That's the price. The price is $28. That's crazy. 18 days. 18-day discount. I'm pretty sure that's the duration of the entire event. Like, what the fuck do you mean it's on discount? It's not. It's not. This, and I also said the season pass is wild too, and I put a clip from our stream up here. Cause I mean, I don't have a problem supporting the game. I understand it's free to play, and I don't mind giving them some money to support the development. $20 for a season pass is kind of expensive. $20 is expensive for a season pass. Unlock all items. What is this? Unlock all items. So I get this. I look identical to how I do in this clip. That's so embarrassing. I'm almost wearing the same shirt, except I'm not wearing a Venom shirt today. Yeah, I need to turn off my heater. It's getting so hot in here. I'm gonna burn alive. Hey, next slide. Oh, don't you scream at me too. Oh, she's screaming because no one's feeding her up here. Anyways, the pro tip for the day is learn to grow. So what I mean by this is don't be intimidated by growth. Getting from where you are to your goals can seem really daunting, but anything is achievable with enough effort and time. Many of my skills are unrecognizable from where I was just 2 years ago. Like working out, learning guitar, or getting a degree, it takes time, but the more you focus on it, the closer you will inch towards your growth. Eventually, you'll be a whole new person without realizing it. And the reason I chose this as a, can you get your butthole off the screen? You're gonna get me banned on Twitch. The reason I chose this as our pro tip of the day is because I realized while I was coding our bot_Zen, while I was coding this little guy, I realized something. Like, I am so much better at this than I was just 2 years ago. In just 2 years, I'm a completely different person. Like, something like that bot is inconceivable to me 2 years ago. Like, I wouldn't know where to start or what to do. There were like certain things I remember, like, at one point, like, when I first started development on Infinium, I had been looking up, like, I think I looked up at one point, what is a class, like, on a C# script, like the just basic, like, something everybody should know kind of shit. And now I'm calling classes through like instances, and I'm like I'm creating my own like directories, and like I'm creating my own like JSON files. Like, this game is running on a JSON file. Like, there's so many things that I've done now that I wouldn't have known how to do just a few years ago. And I think that he's lying, guys, don't grow, it's a trick, stay the same. No, it's really impressive. But the thing is, it doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to be a master coder. You're not going to be a master sound designer. You're not going to be a master 3D artist, a 2D artist. You're not going to master anything in a day. There's not a single thing in the world that you'll start out as a master. Even if it's like, even if you pick up a video game for the first time, you're not going to master it in a day. You're going to be a noob like everybody else. Like, everything takes time to learn, and everybody inches towards their goal slowly, some faster than others, but still, it takes time regardless. Nobody's going to pick up piano and play Beethoven's 7th Symphony in a day, you know? Sup, did not think I would join to my guy preaching. Welcome in. We're doing the end of our weekly news segment, and I always end it with a pro tip and try to get people a little bit inspired to continue their projects, because most of the people here are in some way or another like an artist or like a creative. So I always like to try to hype people up. But yeah, the overall, don't be dismayed by like where you are and where you want to be, because it may seem like it's a far place away, but if you just take little steps every single day, if you just watch a YouTube tutorial on one thing or two things and like learn how to do something, eventually you'll look back. It's like climbing a mountain. You'll look back and you'll see the bottom. You're like, holy shit, I'm so high up now. Like, I've gotten so far. So just keep at it. Just keep chipping away. Next slide. We're going to end off with our community highlight of the day. I'm going to turn on my light because it's it's getting dark in here. I had my window open, and that was what was lighting up the room before, but now it's like, oh, why? Hello, camera? Can you adjust? Why am I orange? Okay, it's there we go. It adjusted. All right. So Ghost, our lovely friend over here, made us a theme song for our open source game that Mo is developing. And I want to give you guys a quick little listen to it, because it's honestly kind of amazing. Is it playing? Hello? There it goes. This is so cute. I can give you some sound effects from Eevee if you need me to. Anyone seeing my missing brain cell? Thanks, Ghost. Thank you for Eevee's adventure again in the community news. We're talking about you. I've been listening to this the whole day now. It's honestly not bad. I love my response to this when he posted it. I was like, how many sounds are you gonna sample? And he's just like, yes. How many cat sounds did you download for this? Hey there. Always a vibe here. Keep the chat groovy while Zen works on the open world RPG magic. Let's keep the energy going. Oh god, it's the bot. Yeah, he lives here now. Alright, and that's it. That is our community news for the week. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I know I sure did. And honestly, there's a lot to be excited for this week, and I'm really hoping that next week is just as exciting. There were a few things I wanted to touch on, but I didn't have time to. There was also stuff with Final Fantasy 14. There's a new announcement coming February 7th, but I decided to not make an announcement about an announcement, so we're just going to wait for that to happen. And then there was some drama with Assassin's Creed Shadows that's going on. I saw in the apparently there's like 4 hours of gameplay that wasn't leaked, but it was showcased by one creator. And the first thing I saw like immediately in the video was a follow mission, and I'm already checking out, so I didn't talk about that either. But yeah, hopefully this does well on YouTube. Say hi, YouTube! Oh, I love it, Mo. Thanks for the applause. Kieran's like, I'm leaving. I'm glad it's well received, but it's way simpler than what I usually work on. Wild how that works sometimes. It works really good for like a video game. Like I could really picture it like playing in the background of like a platformer.